This is a true story separated by approximately 47 years. It is being presented in this manner hopefully for the outrageous comparison of professional mobsters ripping off the American taxpayer in the 1970s versus inept and corrupt immigrants and Minnesota state officials ripping off current American taxpayers in the 2020s. The purpose of this video is to highlight the shocking difference between two types of crimes. The first type of crime that will be described as organized crime by American mob families, primarily located in Milwaukee, Kansas City, Cleveland, and Chicago. The crime is known as skimming, the act of taking profits out of Las Vegas casinos so that it goes untaxed by local, state, and federal agencies. The cost to the American taxpayer is therefore not the entire amount of funds that were skimmed, but the amount of tax that was not paid to the rightful local, state, or federal authorities. Without going into detail, the avoided tax was approximately 40% of the amount skimmed. The second type of crime that will be discussed in this video is fraud involving ordinary Americans and undocumented immigrants in Minnesota. We will not touch on fraud in the USAID programs, fraud in the disbursement of homeless funds, fraud in various social programs that are currently being investigated where accurate figures are unavailable at this time. Our first question is who committed these crimes and how much money was involved in each crime. For simplification, we will note that the difference between 1970s money and 2026 money is approximately 6-to-1. The largest estimate of the money skimmed by the four mob families from 1974 to 1979 is $50 million. Using a ratio of 6-to-1, that means $300 million in today's money. Remember, this is skimmed money, of which only 40% or $120 million was cheated from the tax authorities in total. Comprehensive investigations into Medicaid, housing, daycare, and food programs suggest a massive scale of up to $9 billion. This was direct theft of taxpayer dollars, not avoidance of paying tax on that amount as in the Las Vegas case. The mobsters took approximately 5 years to plan and pull off their crime of $120 million. Therefore, I am assuming it took 5 years for the fraud to take place in Minnesota. Therefore, here is the shocking comparison between these two crimes. On one hand, you have four sophisticated mob families combining their criminal expertise to cheat the American taxpayer out of approximately $120 million in 2026 dollars. And on the other hand, you have a handful of corrupt officials and Somali immigrants cheat the American taxpayer out of a total of $9 billion. $9 billion divided by $120 million is an amazing 75-to-1 ratio. A handful of Minnesota officials, elected and bureaucratic, plus cooperating Somali immigrants have been 75 times more efficient than four historic mob families from Kansas City, Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Chicago. Simply amazing. If this summary comparison bothers you as much as it bothers me, then make an effort to demand at every level of government that this blatant corruption must be stopped and eliminated. At this point in time, I truly believe the amount of fraud in our country alone could easily in the trillions of dollars. My fix would take additional dollars to hire the best public accounting firms as subcontractors to audit all government distribution of tax dollars for all programs. Their fees would be a percentage of the funds that could be clawed back from the people who received the fraudulent funds.
Back in the 70s, four families rose like kings. Milwaukee, Kansas City, Cleveland, Chicago's rings. They skimmed the Neon River where the Vegas casinos shine. Took the cream right off the top, left the tax man far behind. $50 million slipped through the desert night. Now 300 million in today's cold morning light. But only 40 cents on every stolen dollar fled. 120 million is all the taxpayers bled. 5 careful years they planned it, with whispers, codes, and pride. Old school mobsters planned hurts me to the bone. How a handful in Minnesota stole more than the mob has ever known. $9 billion, 9 billion ripped straight from the poor man's hand. While the family skimmed the shadows, these new thieves took the land. Direct theft, not just dodging tax, they drain the people dry.
Medicaid, house and daycare, food stamps.
Watch the money fly.
It breaks my soul in two.
This crooked bed of truth.
70 tough
Times more damage from a smaller, newer crew. Now the lights are on in Minnesota, but the truth is cold and gray.
cold and gray, cold and gray.
Corrupt hands in government soups, and some who never learn to stay.
Never learned to stay.
Somali faces in the mix, officials turning keys. 9 billion in 5 short years.
Sitting with such ease.
No secret meetings in smoky rooms, no envelopes passed slow, just loopholes, wide as canyons where the public money flows. And Rob took years of cunning to cheat 120 mil. These new players did it faster. With a quiet, deadly skill, they didn't skim the profits. They took the whole damn pie, left the American taxpayer staring at an empty sky.
75.
Can you tell the heavyweight?
Can you feel the heavyweight?
The old mob families look like amateurs standing at the gate.
$9 billion gone.
Gone like smoke in the wind.
All that smoke in the wind.
While the family's greatest all blew small and paper thin. It wasn't Vegas glamour, it was your town school.
Your neighbor's rent. Your grandma's medicine.
Your brother's last dime spent.
75 times the sorrow.
75 ounces of sin. How did we let this happen, Lord? Where do we begin?
This comparison haunts me.
It keeps me up at night.
For historic crime families couldn't match this modern life.
Trillions lost across the nation.
Bleeding from every scene.
If it makes your blood run high,
And stand up and scream.
higher, the best accountants let them chase the stolen share.
Pay them from what they recover. Watch the guilty turn red.
No more blind eyes turning, no more looking away. The taxpayer's been a victim for far too many days.
75 to 1.
Hear the soul cry aloud.
From the desert skimming next to Minnesota's
We
thundercloud.
built this country on
All
trust.
under sweat and bone.
Now a handful laughs in silence while the people pay
So
along.
raise your voice in every
From
hall.
city street to farm,
Demand the artists claw it back.
it sounds the alarm.
75 to 1.
The numbers don't lie, but the heart of America
Still refuses to die.
As the Undertaker Navigator, I would like to invite all viewers of my material on this platform to my own website, thedigitalartiste.com. On this platform, I can post a wider variety of material and not be worried about YouTube telling me what is acceptable and what is not. It's that simple. Give it a try, and I think you'll find it's worthwhile entertainment, but some of you might be offended. Too bad.